Good morning. Japan court rules same-sex marriage ban unconstitutional. A Japanese court ruled Tuesday that the government's policy against same-sex marriage is unconstitutional, a decision that supporters say is a step forward in marriage equality. The Nagoya District Court in central Japan, however, rejected a request by a male couple that the government to pay them each 1 million yen, around $7,100, in compensation because they cannot marry under the current system. The ruling is the second that found that the government's denial of same-sex marriage to be unconstitutional, while two other decisions did not. The rulings can be appealed to the Supreme Court. Supporters cheered outside the court, waving rainbow flags and holding signs saying, "Another step towards marriage equality." Asato Yamada, a lawyer for the couple that brought the case, said it's a major step towards achieving marriage equality. The message is that the government should resolve the problem immediately, he added. Rights activists say Japan's conservative government has delayed a push for equal rights that is supported by the general public. Recent surveys show a majority of Japanese support legalizing same-sex marriage, and support among the business community has also rapidly increased. Japan is the only member of the group of 7 nations that does not recognize same-sex marriage or provide other equal rights protections for LGBTQ plus people. Prime Minister Fumio Kishida has said that allowing same-sex marriage would change Japanese society and needs to be considered carefully. Kishida has said he will listen to various views and watch court decisions on same-sex marriage. LGBTQ plus activists increase their efforts to achieve an anti-discrimination law after one of Kishida's aides said in February that he wouldn't want to live next to Q plus people, and that citizens would leave Japan if same-sex marriage were allowed. The comments caused much public anger, and the aide was fired. Following this, the government Liberal Democratic Party began preparing a new law that promotes awareness of LGBTQ plus rights, but that doesn't clearly ban discrimination. Discussion. What are your thoughts on the Nagoya District Court's ruling? Do you think same-sex marriage will be legalized in Japan in the near future? I think so too. I hope so too. How have attitudes toward the LGBTQ plus community changed in your country in recent years? What challenges do you imagine LGBTQ plus people often face in your country? A lot of discrimination. What are there public figures in your country who advocate for LGBTQ plus rights? Further discussion. What are the biggest social or political issues in your country right now? Have you ever been involved in a protest or movement? What was it about? If you could change any law in your country, what would it be and why? Do you expect your country to become more or less conservative over the next few decades? Don't know. Equality means more than passing laws. The struggle is really one in the hearts and minds of the community. True. Barbara Gittings, what are your thoughts on this statement? That is so true.